Hi guys, Tomi here, Tolani here. The Balance Point podcast starts now.
Hi. Welcome once again to the Balance Point podcast. My name is Tomi.
My name is Tolani.
You're welcome. I'm not going to say the millennial, don't worry. Bye. How was it? Not your day, your week.
It was fine. I'm coming from Qatar.
You sound like it. You didn't.
Anyways, I just came up from I was a bit sick last week, but I'm feeling a bit better now.
I think there's something in the atmosphere for AA people.
Yeah.
Every of my AA friends, they just keep saying, "Tommy, I'm not feeling gonna have the flu."
Exactly.
But just keep you on that side, we are fine, right? For me, my own week was very interesting. You sent me this Danish deception thing, and I went to watch all 25 or 27 episodes, and I'm just surprised that a Nigerian sister, a Nigerian Igbo sister, allows one to do like that.
What are you talking about, man? I think the thing was that why would you not do any form of research at all?
Why would you take you believe mine in 2025?
Yeah, you should definitely not take anything here as face value. Why would I telling you that a king? And you usually in Nigeria, I'm not gonna be empty Nigerian prince true. And you still pay for it for a Danish guy, right? She'll be fine.
I do not think that people should keep dragging just because she's talking at.
Oh yeah, this talking at. They have little lace front with.
Do you understand? I don't try to maybe put people blackness into question. I don't always like this kind of content. Can we talk about something more qualitative?
How she should have done a research way more than that.
Definitely, we totally agree with that.
Sure.
Azal. In this world where literally information is at your fingertips, you know, like yourself.
Don't want to take the only pics, you now give him about 500.
I'm thinking, imagine living at the rock. You, your daddy, your mom, your sister, your friends. Azal now.
The guy clocked it.
It's crazy.
I think because Coach was looking out there, everyone what was going on.
That's the thing. Things like this thrive in secrecy
for sure. Anything you're going through something, tell your family, tell your friends, tell your siblings. You can't keep things. You can't go through life alone.
Yeah. Let's move into today's
episode. Yeah.
So today we'll be talking about money mistakes that we should avoid in 2026.
This is our first finance episode.
Yeah, related episode.
Yeah. So for the finance girlies.
Yes. Oh, you did clock it?
Yeah.
Every time I hear clock, I'm always remembering this clog it. African parents clog it with a deep voice. But anyway, let's move. See, are you starting? Let's start with dilemmas as usual.
Yeah, dilemmas.
Okay.
Dollar call. The debt I pretended didn't exist. I borrowed small money from my friend in August, just under K. Then I'll pay back quickly, but life happened. Now it's December and the guilt is killing me. She's not stressing me for it, but every time she posts the status, my heart keeps a beat. I have not called her or picked a call since it happened because I don't know what to tell her and I don't have the money yet. I hate that something so small is now making our friendship awkward. How do I handle it moving forward? Please pay her money.
I know, right? What is that emotional justification that is going through? I have not picked a call because I don't have her money.
Bad person. Pay her money. And why are you not replying her messages? Send her a message about what you're going through. Honestly, money. I don't have this thing that if you cannot leave your money,
don't give your friends the money they can. So for instance, someone comes to meet you for maybe 50,000 naira, and you know that if you give 50,000 naira and this person does not pay you back,
you'll be
it will shock you. Give person 5k, so that even if the person does not pay you back, you know what, fares, bad debts.
So what you should do is actually reach out to her
immediately, apologize, and then maybe give her a plan.
Yeah, work out a payment plan for sure. Because if I've been paying her, it's August, if I've been paying her money 5k, you would have been able to pay finish.
Do you understand?
You can't say because you don't have money. Why not find out not living the money that you have? You have the true money.
Then I will tell you, for a fact is giving entitlement.
Yeah, for sure.
The fact that you did not pick alcohol under the excuse or the guise of you do not have the money yet. You cannot tell me you've not been feeding or eating. Like, if you really just your lifestyle just a little bit.
And when people say you should not borrow, borrowing is part of life. Even countries borrow.
Yeah.
But it is that you have to have payment plan.
The kind of attitude that you have when you borrow is also really important. You also tell people how they can either trust you or not to trust you. Now the way you're doing now, this guy can never borrow you money again.
And you also tell a friend
never. It will not happen again.
If somebody borrows you money, you're supposed to pay back.
I feel like we need to think more long term when it comes to things like this, especially when you're trying to collect money from friends, right?
Exactly.
Just think short term because like I know, right?
It's just money now. You need to propose a plan and actually stick to it. You
start to pay
10k
weekly or something, right? And actually stick to it. If not, you have just spoiled your friendship by yourself, and it's not her fault. The fact that you even said I did not pick her call, so she even called you, and then I beg, please. I'm doing moving forward by becoming a proper human being and just calling her. Thank you very much.
Yeah, just reach out to her and then work out a payment plan on how to pay her.
Yeah. The next one, the loan app that carried my pace. My loan app is doing the most.
They are running so much fucking ads. Like it's insane.
Like when I see it, I'm just like vroom, 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 vroom. Scroll past very well. It's giving digital loan shark. Let's hear what Shade has to say.
Okay.
I downloaded one loan app just for emergencies. That's how it starts. Before I knew it, I was borrowing from one app to pay another like a full-time job. The interest, the reminders, the call, the shame. They even called my grandpa and one girl I had a crush on.
I'm funny, the guy steals that.
I have a story related to this, but let me just finish the story and then we can move. My 2026 plan is simple. I finally paid everything.
Oh! Nice, I'm happy for you.
Yes, because a lot of people do not get out of it so fast. Yeah. My 2026 plan is simple. Delete all loan apps or they will delete my peace. Self-aware. Why do small loans always turn into chains if you're not careful?
Yeah, for sure. It's actually even established to even like trap you.
Yes. No, honestly, that's the thing. Like you keep having to borrow to pay. And
I think there's even a cost around it. Say your story.
That's just a little bit superstitious. I think they are taking advantage of the fact that it's very hard to be disciplined with it because it's at your fingertips.
Yeah.
A lot of times they don't even ask for any big interest upfront. The interest you're paying after the money will be mad. But like any form of maybe collateral or anything, or they don't ask for it. So it's relatively easy to get money.
Desperate youth
like mad. And the people that like fake life too.
Exactly, because people use people go to buy cars, to buy things. I feel like loans only be for business. I feel like loans only be to expand your business. Or
maybe go to market strategy that you already tested. Honestly, that's the only time you.
Because even funds alone, like loan actually works, but it cannot now.
You need to be very strategic.
Exactly. Also,
about like borrowing money, it cannot just be this thing. This my friend, right? We had not spoken in 4 years. I remember, but the next thing is every time somebody's calling me and saying, "Do you know this person?" They mention his name, and I'm like,
they want us to do obituary for people.
Like they do most this guy. They'll call me. This happened more than 2 times. The first time it happened, I sent him a text. Again, in all of this, we have not spoken in years. Right? So I sent him a text like, who are you owing? Like somebody is just keep saying you are owing them, pay them their money. They not start explaining something, giving me gutter story. And again, we are not going
to get the contact list.
So I think that when you want to get the money, because there is no collateral upfront, maybe they'll be like, oh, do I have access to your contacts, and then it will be a case of agree and continue. Like if you do not click on it, you cannot proceed. And people will just say, okay, now I'll pay the money.
I don't read the terms and conditions.
Do you? I started reading it actually, even till now. For some things, I read it. For something, I still don't. I just look like. And I think that people should actually read it. Even
if it's a thing that you actually
that requires a signature.
Anything that requires all those apps. Now we talk about it. And there was a Black Mirror episode of where basically Netflix. It was like a Netflix thing where you basically sign up your entire life. So they were using the girl likeness to make movies.
Oh.
It was a really
one of those your weird movies.
I'm just imagining that stuff.
Oh my god.
Anyways, I'm not able to come out of it, but this is just the advice to like
delete the app.
Yeah. Not go back, because there's always a trap. When you're broke again, you have to start to think about it.
And then some people even become like addicted to the actual borrowing, and it's like, oh, okay, I need something. So this thing, this is where our brain works now. If you give yourself an option, okay, I have maybe daddy to call, I have, like, you will not be able to think of other options, right?
Yeah.
But if you give yourself the okay, there's no one that can help me, nobody's coming to save me, I need to figure out a way or something, right? You start to realize that there are different ways other which you can really solve that problem that would not require you having to go.
And I think it's even similar with people that actually gamble. Like, they just become addicted and start doing it over and over again.
I used to side-eye content creators that influence for betting companies. I sided them like mad. This is because I have first time seen how this can actually destroy companies, and because it doesn't feel like alcohol, or like, it's not like you can see the person
it's not really
behaving irresponsibly. You cannot see the person behaving irresponsibly, entering gutter. The person looks pretty normal, like, but he's addicted to gambling. So basically anything you give him is going to go and think of doubling it. You can sell house, car, money that is supposed to use to pay his child's school fees.
Exactly.
Under the guise of, may I just sharply double it, may I just... Anyways, let's sided like mad. The next one.
Black tax is taxing my destiny, Miriam. Black tax and always do it.
I know, right?
Sometimes it feels like I'm carrying everybody matter on my head. I'm Miriam. I'm the first born of 5 kids. For whatever reason, they all can't seem to get their lives together. I understand the last born collecting money from me since she's still in school. However, the other siblings are done, and they still expect me to be footing their bills. This is a lot of my income. I never have enough for savings or investment because I end up spending on family. I'm not resentful, but I'm also tired of making money for others to spend. How do I support my people without thinking myself? Firstly, you need to actually set boundaries.
Like mad, you need to set boundaries, and it's not going to be easy. So for instance, somebody always coming to you, and then you always tell them, and then all of a sudden you have to tell them no. You look like, oh, you don't love them anymore. You're being
sometimes family can be so entitled,
and then they'll not start to guilt trip.
But why are you paying money for people that go out? Like, don't have jobs?
Do you understand?
When they get the last one,
number one, you already talked about it, setting boundaries and actually sticking with the boundary. You cannot be scared of being a bitch or being mean. Like, don't worry, that phase will pass. After a while, they'll get to understand the new you, and then they would roll with it. The next thing is having like a budget for philanthropy. I have 10% of my salary every month that would go to philanthropy. Whatever that money can use to offend.
Even anybody, anything I want to anybody. Like, it's not going to come out of my own room.
Honestly, like,
because once you have that, I feel like savings is so important, but when you have savings for different things, like sometimes I can have for like skincare, if I'm working
skincare, even utility, like house bills and all of that. So do that for family as well. Like, have a savings account for that money. So anytime say no and stand by it. Another thing is, I don't understand why you need to sit your siblings down and let them explain to you why they do not have their life together. You've already seen them through school. What is the plan for a job, right? What is the plan for them to increase their income?
But I don't rely on you. Once you get married, like you get married and start paying your
you doesn't have time to even, like, she's saying there's no resentment. I'm wondering how long that's going to be for. Also, it's even how your relationship with siblings will now become transactional. Like, you guys not just be able to love up on each other. And every time you call them or they call you, it's always be alpha, you get money for them. Like, you guys are not even having the proper benefit of having siblings. Like, they're like your companions to
because you grew up with them. You get for instance, I can't remember when I've not known you. Like, I've known you all my life. Exactly. Like,
I can remember when I've not known you 1 year, no one.
That's because I'm older than you now.
Fine, I get it. The point is, you need to like have the boundary.
And also help them to find what to do. Like, ask them what is their plan. Are they going to get a job? Are they going to start a business?
Yeah, permit me to talk about this thing that happened to you and Chobs, right?
Okay.
So my sister came back from school, and normally in school, when she's in school, she's having access to this money. Everybody's sending left, right, and center. And then she came back home and she realized there's no upkeep. And it's like, okay, I was doing it before I went to school. What do I want to do now? And so she wanted to do something for like a social media, like a campaign, but she didn't have enough money to sort of run the ads. And so she speaks to my older brother, my junior brother, right? And then he funds her advert money.
Yeah,
and like funds it to the point where she starts to get money from it. And it stopped. So tell them, what do you want to? And now if nobody is having to say anything because you're already making your money again before just the same way it was. Just like
a form of empowerment.
Exactly.
Because they're older. You can actually
empower them. Maybe do they want to learn project management skill? Do they want to start coding?
And they don't go to school. Like, they should start looking for a job. I know jobs is low key at.
It's hard, but maybe they just need some extra certification, and sometimes maybe they even need the push.
Yeah. So what if you send 100 in CV, you see a job now.
You know that is you, okay? I promise you. Okay. The job market is but even though like a lot of people are not waiting for a job market anymore. Like, it's online world. Do you want to edit? Do you want to do videos?
Like graphic design?
Do you get graphic? Do you want to content create? Like, there are a lot of jobs that can sort of bring. Do you want to go strike? Storytelling. But jobs
why exactly she's not saving? She's saying that she'll not have saving.
It's because she's having to spend all of her money on the family, and that's very dangerous. Because what if you lose the job that is helping you? So all of you now be rolling in poverty.
I think you need to have savings, you need to have investment.
You need to prioritize it. In fact, like, you need to prioritize your savings. You need to prioritize, because we won't always be as active. Like, we're still pretty young now, so it's easy to, like, if you cannot do when you're 60, you cannot do the work that you do when you're 30. You need to have 20. So you need to actually put allowance in place for all of those times. And you won't be able to do that if you're having to spend all of your budget, all of your money on your siblings. So empower them, push them, give them tough love, set boundaries, stick
like at some point you have to cut them off.
Honestly, because with they start to maybe put things in place. You can now empower, like, what happened with you need money to do this. Alright, I'm going to do it. Even saying, like, I'm investing in this, right?
Yeah.
So I want to see a return. Even if you do not enforce the investment, but like, let them know, let them be serious about it, so that they will take their life seriously. Anyway, the business I jumped into blindly, Emeka.
Okay.
Last year I met this guy at a party. He was always posting pictures with luxury cars, fancy restaurants, and trips abroad. One night I asked him what he did, and he said he was an investor. Hey, so he told me about a sure money making scheme, and all I had to do was invest 100k, and in a month it will be doubled. It made it sound effortless, like everyone was making money except me. So I paid him. And it actually got doubled after a month time.
Oh, wow.
Yes, wow. So the next time I emptied my savings of about 3 million naira, so I could double it and buy a new car for my whole business. Azal now. A very short story. 2 months later, nothing. My savings were gone. It blocked me everywhere. I realized too late that I'd fallen for hype and appearances. I had to explain to my wife, my parents, and regroup my finances and deal with the stress I could have avoided. Why was I so blinded by the flashy life? I don't even know if you're just blinded by it. I think you're just.
I agree. Really? Yeah, because you, like, what happened? Why would you empty all your savings? Like, think about it well. Like, what business idea is what emptying all the money in your account?
Before you even decide to commit your money into an investment, can you research?
Yeah. I think he just got too happy with that first. And that's how all this.
That's how it works now. Yes, now.
Like MMM. I remember that I'm saying people cashed out there.
I was in when MMM. People actually cashed out.
I remember.
Until it crashed. And that's the thing, they always crash. Like, they always crash. I'm waiting for the MMM scheme, or like the multi-level marketing scheme that has not crashed. I'm waiting. I
personally think that one person that's doing it, not come down and will do it with bad.
No, I reckon that the back end is definitely nothing that is glamour. I feel like it's going to be something scammy. For me to want to sort of invest my money in something, I need to see what you're using to do. Like,
exactly. Like, there should be a clear, like, the website work.
Do you want to? Are you trading it? Are you investing in real estate?
Yeah, are you buying property? What are you doing exactly? How is it getting doubled?
Do you understand? Like how?
Not magic now.
It's not magic. Normal low risk investments will give you 10 to 15% in a year, and depending on how much you put, like you actually start to see like compound interest. So if you are looking for, I've even heard 35%, but of course maybe medium risk. But like when you start to hear things like, oh, you double the entire money,
I know, like so much. Like I'm not being some. I'm sure we're too greedy about it.
Yeah, just a bit. But I'm sure that you've learned now, and then you will not repeat the same.
I even think it's similar to also what we're talking about. We just gambling and betting. Like not wanting to double money. Like you need to be contented with what you have.
True.
You need to actually, cause I feel like also you reckon that maybe fake life is also part of it. Fake life is a fake life because you're also intimidated by the flashy whatever, and you don't know how that happened, and you now wanted to enter the business, and then you got scammed.
It is a lot of things like this. It demands scams or suspecting victims.
Yeah.
Greedy victims.
Please do your research. If there's anything the Danish deception has taught you.
Yeah, so
like always do your research. Don't accept it at face value.
There's even this thing I learned. Whatever seems too good to be true is almost always too good to be true. Sure. Like if it seems, just know it is definitely too good to be true. All that this is not good at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
I spent 2025. Okay, I have no money left in my bank account. I spent 2025 winging it. Okay. I have no budget, no plan, no savings, just vibe. The result was too many regrets and confusion because where did all my money go? I'm so broke now and I don't know what to do. In 2026, I actually want to be disciplined with money and do something. Why is discipline so hard until your account actually hits zero?
I don't know. I guess because you're living on vibes. Like, so she doesn't sound like someone that doesn't have a job. She definitely has a job. So or a business or a brand or something. So she's definitely making money. Yeah. So it's just that she's not saving. She's not tracking how expenses is going.
You need to actually know what's coming to your account.
Yes.
Because and you know once your money hits your account, I think you should distribute it around different things.
Different things that matters to you.
Into your savings account, into your investment, into your own money, like money.
Yes. Emergency
fund. Yeah. Depending on what bringing money. I think money is something that actually needs
you need to be you need to learn, you need to be intentional about it. It's not something that you can just vibe and just be like, oh okay, we moved. No, you have to actually learn. People do not learn about money.
Yeah, they don't.
Like I realize this, I don't know, I mean we'll get to that place in the episode, but like people do not learn about money, they just really wing it. And I know that now you've learned your lesson. It's still sort of easy for you to an extent. Like it's one thing to say something, it's another thing to be able to practice to implement it. You get? So I'm rooting for you that you can actually implement.
So the systems that you need to make right now is that you know what's coming to your account.
Number one,
and then budget
what is taking your money. What track your expenses,
transport, food, going out,
everything,
data,
shopping, whatever, data, utilities. Track
everything.
That's where you start from. From then on, then you know, okay, this is what I want to cut off from my money spending in a month. This is what I want to add.
Yeah.
And then you also have to now think of even increasing your income.
Exactly.
So that you obviously always have extra money.
That's where using your skills come into play. That's where investment comes into place. So now let's move on to question.
Yes. So what are the consequences of only thinking short term with money? Oh my god. First one is going to take your peace.
Yeah, for sure.
Like it always feel like you're in a phase of anxiety. Like you're
always thinking, you're always like working. I think at some point you should actually have at least 1 year plan for how your money is going to be.
Even more. Like in fact, when you're thinking of money, you need to think of 3 things. How can I make more money? How can I preserve the money that I'm making? And how can I multiply it? Right. So which is where like obviously investment comes in. Because if you're only always making money and then you do not have any plan to sort of preserve that money, you always be living from hand to mouth. Like oh my god.
Like you spend money today, you bought.
You will always be living from. You will just feel, and then that's the thing. You'll not be feeling backward. Which you are seeing your friends, y'all are making big and then they are getting married, they are building houses,
it's looking similar to the girl that we
just finished reading. Yes. You don't want, where is my money going to? So yes, it will take your piece. Also, the thing is, our 30s is relying on our 20s, our 40s relying on our 30s. Like the way you live your life now
how your future is going to be like.
It all compounds. You start to see the results years later, and then if you're not intentional about like living your life a certain way, you'll not be forced at that point. No, you're already grown, and it's not like everything is
going on, and then there's pressure.
So yes, I think that
I think you need to stop thinking short term with money. You need to start thinking future. You need to start thinking even your retirement plan.
Yes, you do. Honestly,
like what is I think it's for yeah.
Come again.
What's the
401k? No, we don't do that in Nigeria.
Oh,
we don't do 401k in Nigeria. Just you need to have like your it's called pension.
Okay.
We'll do pension. But again, that is sort of if you're working in like a firm or if you have your own business,
you won't get that.
You won't get that. So you have to be intentional about keeping money apart for like pension when I retire. For
emergency, like for future, you don't know what will happen tomorrow.
Yes,
you don't know if take you anything from you. You need to have emergency fund.
It's not even just emergency fund. You have to know what you're doing with your money.
Yeah,
it's very important.
A little bit of ad break. Our sponsor for this episode is Pixable.
Yeah, Pixable. Pixable is our sponsor for today's episode, and Pixable is a technology platform where you can frame memories. So basically
all of your favorite moments, pictures, even like cute little Pinterest posts, like the affirmation,
and even words of affirmation, and even your name, like
even your name as well.
Like how your name sounds.
Exactly.
You can use it as like a souvenir or gift.
Obviously, family pictures, anything, just you can frame it on Pixable.
Yes, and then you can do this at the comfort of your house. Like simply go on www.pixable.com and frame it. Once this is done, you can it will be delivered at your doorstep.
Just from your phone, literally.
Same.
Visit Pixable today. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Okay, so how do subscription services work? How do they drain money without you noticing?
Now, everybody has subscription. Netflix, Spotify, Capcom,
Showmax, WhatsApp, Canva.
Yeah. As a creator, I use Canva a lot. Like, I cannot do that Canva monthly subscription.
Okay, you already talked about Capcom.
Yeah.
Like,
there's so much. And then
even some people do YouTube Pro.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So the point of I think is the automation. Because, so if you're hearing things like 4,000 per month, it doesn't sound like a lot. By the time you compare that over and then all the other like subscriptions that you're doing.
Because they're not only one, they're like plenty.
Yes.
4,000, 5,000, 10,000, 9,000. It's all different everywhere.
Gym subscription that you've not been to in how many months?
Yeah. I think we even pledge like 35k or 20k.
Oh, that's even in our location.
Yeah.
Some people 120, 130, and then if you're even doing like Pilates and classes, all of those things, the bougie girlies, like they just start to take your money, and then you're realizing that why is it draining so much? So I think the next step will be just go to your cloud subscription.
Yeah, and see the ones you actually do not need.
Because if you've not used
everything,
an app in a month or 2 months, you know that app is not part of your day-to-day. So you should obviously cut subscription for that, and then you can definitely now move from there.
Yeah.
Number 3, why
do so many workers rely on one source of income 365? I think a lot of time they're too, they like exactly where they are. They don't really
they're comfortable in that place. Number 1. Number 2, maybe fear, just a little bit of failure, fear of starting something new. Then sometimes even exposure. Like some people just do not have enough information. No, and oh my god, I know this because there are times when even in my life I realized that there are things I could have done better if I just had access to some of the information I have access to.
Yeah, now.
Information, when people say information is power, information really is power. Like, maybe they just do not know another way to go about it.
Because as much as we say that, research is important, nobody don't have the time or the energy or even the resources to actually learn and do research. So they're just contented with what they have and they're just doing that.
And a lot of people even got told, go to school, you get a job afterwards. You know that typical typical clear part you get. A lot of people did not know. I used to have so much lofty dreams when I was in uni. Immediately I finish uni like this, go to law school, get called, be one very mad do like a secretarial duty job, start to travel. Oh my god, I had to, and then I finished and in rude shock.
Yeah,
you are starting.
You see the job market is not actually as.
Oh my god, it's not as glamorous as how they would make it, right? And then you now start to see how you can maybe add certification, start to leverage on maybe some network that you have, just so that you can be in better places. And some people do not. That already on its own is time is tasking.
But it's not in Nigeria is not a country where you can have only one source of income.
Yeah.
Just telling you, we don't want anything.
One thing is that you don't have anything.
Even for electricity, you can't just have like you have gen. Like you
can't just gen. You have to have a battery.
Like solar system. You need to have that. Like you need to have power bank.
Power bank. Oh my god.
You need to have backup plan. So you definitely cannot have one source of income. So your question, why do so many workers rely on like you cannot like it. But I do not advise it for you.
Another thing would be that maybe they are also tired. Like, for instance, now going to work, waking up at 5 a.m.
Exactly.
Going to come back at 6. By the time you're done with dinner, it takes an extra level of I want to be in a better place. This is what I want to do for the rest of the day.
It comes from a part of what if they're not actually ambitious and they don't actually want something big for them. Like, this is not even a shade on them. I feel like it's
not everybody will be ambitious. Not everybody wants to do great things.
Some people are fine where they are.
Yeah.
And they'll actually advance in their work and they'll keep advancing. But they'll not stick to that one.
Yeah. Some people
and it works for some people because they advance in their career.
Yes. And then maybe when they're like 50, 60.
Exactly, but it's such a long process.
It's called slowly. Like some people want to grow exponentially. People want to grow linearly. Like
and they're fine with that.
Maybe that's fine.
Or I don't think you should have one source of income in 2026.
Genuinely, like keep trying to
add more. Like if you have a salary work, start. Everybody has something to do.
Yes, they can leverage on now.
So basically, look, I can do it online because online is such a way to make money right now. Please. I can just do that. Okay.
Yeah.
When is it okay to borrow money?
I feel like we've low-key touched on this for a little bit.
You should only borrow money when it's for an emergency.
Number one.
When it's to increase your earning power, like when it's actually to for business.
Yeah.
Which I personally think like, why are you borrowing money? Okay, borrow money for emergency. I do get that one.
Yeah.
But borrow money if
what is the emergency? What is the emergency?
For instance, you get really sick.
Okay, and it may be first like mad sickness or like
medical or urgent to
things. And I feel like it should
especially if your house catch fire. Especially which is why insurance comes into place. Yeah. So I think that even the emergency, you should look at other source of raising funds before you finally borrow, like crowdfunding. I know that people are a little bit more side-eyeing to crowdfunding because they've raised money for people in the past and then they see them doing life for 5 years. But yes, I can see why you would have to raise money for emergency. Yeah. And then you also, in all of this, you need to have plans to pay back. Exactly. You need to have, if you know that you cannot pay back. So you said things. Only borrow money if it's for an emergency. Number one. Only borrow money to increase your earning power. Yes. Only borrow money if you have plans on how to pay back. Yes. Because cannot be working can be like maybe business opportunity that you've tested. So for instance, you've done peer group testing. Your friends are your earning potential. No, that can be even maybe you're trying to invest in a skill. Like getting an online MBA, or it can be maybe this what I'm talking about. Yeah. Like so you've done like peer group testing. You know that this is you already have a viable product, an MVP, right? Then you're going to market. That can be you cannot raise funds for that. Yeah. And then when you raise the funds, it's not enough. You can't borrow money for a lifestyle fund. You get like so like you lose trust. Like reputation. And you don't have money to pay back. Do you understand? Because when I borrow money to buy PS5, like dude, like Azal now. Like oh my god. Anyways. Okay. What long-term money mistakes do people make in their 20s and their 30s without realizing? Number one, not having a saving structure. Yeah. Like you need to have a saving structure. Spending everything without mentality, I'll make it back. Yes. At Gen Z, we do have that. Oh my god, even shoppers. Even for taking trips, the money will come back. We have that mentality a lot, but I do not advise it, especially if you're in Nigeria and I do not have. Because America looking have like systems that work, so you cannot. Nobody will borrow you. But in Nigeria, if you see somebody buy a car or a house, best believe it's their money. Like no, there's no.
I know that they'll say you can get mortgages and all that, but the processes are so tedious, and it's so reliant on bureaucracy and even nepotism. Like sometimes if you do not know people that would help you front load the process, you're not going to get anything. So let's believe that when you see people maybe buying cars, most of them buy it with their own money. In Nigeria, we don't necessarily have a lot of systems in place to, like all of those credit card things, all of that. I need to roll with that knowledge. Do you get?
So the mistakes are one, not having an emergency fund,
not having a saving structure. But two, impulse shopping, impulse anything. Like
thinking you make your money back, you may not actually come back. So actually have like systems and plans in place.
Number three would be spending to impress people. Like, oh my god, you status symbol, you live the fake life. Like, I was going to do in this December. Best believe people have borrowed money to kill cow, kill ram, to do the most.
Money that you won't make back. Also, my point that relying on one income is also a money mistake you should not take into.
No, genuinely, you actually should not.
I think you should have at least 4.
Sit down and think about the skill that you have, that you can leverage on for money, to add to what you already brings money for you. Like, you actually need to sit down.
Don't ever try to sit with that mentality. You need, like, money is.
Also, that's one of the pathways for financial freedom. You don't want to just sit down, wake up and say, I want it and I got it. I don't have to think about that. That's the life I want to be living in. So 5 to 10 years.
And I don't want to be looking for money like every time. Like, no. That's why savings are so important. Because you find yourself like, if for instance, I want to take a trip next year, definitely. I want to put, like, I have put out pockets. So I'll put money, like,
I'm a piggy bank girly trans. Like, I just make different targets savings.
So weekly, and I just add it there for budgets. Because I also want to get a camera next year. Like, just enough.
Oh no, yes, you definitely would have a saving structure. If you are someone that likes to buy skincare, someone that likes to travel, you have saving structures for those things. And there's the thing, I don't even recommend putting your money in commercial banks. So commercial banks always collect interest afterwards. So I would rather these fintech companies, because if you, for instance, you put your money in piggyvest savings, you're not saving. You have 10 to 15% every year, compounding. That thing is just saving. You're not necessarily trying to. I would have my money in something like that put it and just leaving my money in like a commercial bank. Unfortunately, they just do not give me enough to work with in terms of.
Also, you reckon that you not actually learning about money is also a mistake. It is a mistake. Bringing money, like the art of money.
As an aside, I used to have like a talking to that talks to me about investment. But RIP to you now. I have to go back to my podcast.
You need to learn. Like, I feel like this is what makes the 21st century so easy and so simple.
Yes.
You don't have to draw yourself in books for you to learn knowledge. You can just ask ChatGPT, go to Google,
listen to money podcast. Like, one of the reasons why I reckon that people do not learn about money is the jargons. Like, they always like to do. You start to hear things like liquidity ratio, asset cash flow. And all those things that.
Like easy.
No, the liquidity means your access to how you can switch money. For instance, how you can sharply change your stocks into cash. Like liquid, it means money that is in your
hands. It's your hands. Like basically cash.
This word the cash and unbelievably liquid. It means I have so much money to spend. Or like I think it's the jargons. People like they don't want now to feel like they're dumb.
Exactly. Like, you need to learn about money. I feel like they will teach it in school.
They add it to school
knowledge that everybody gets. I think it should be more like it should be a GST. Like important thing.
So in our school we call it GS, but it's still
allowed this GST.
UI is GS, but the point is it's still general studies at the end of the day. Like, they can actually teach about like investments and all of those things, right? Do you get? And not just because I don't think our parents even ever spoke to us about money. Nobody. It's so
so much.
It's so okay. Everybody just think. I shall know they come borrow ask you.
But anyway, as I mentioned in New Year, make sure you are more
money conscious. Like the intention about learning about money.
Coming into your account.
Yes.
And have emergency funds for the future, and do not rely on one source of income.
Please, we stress that.
So what are liabilities and assets? You know, I want to do something fun. What explain it in girly terms?
What are liabilities and what are assets in girly terms?
Should I do assets?
I'll do liabilities. Okay.
So liabilities.
You start.
So basically that guy that like brings things into your life. Basically, like he buys you flowers, he buys you things, he like basically
support your dreams.
Yeah, it's nice, it's cool, it's everything.
Liability is that guy that does not call you and only just comes to say what you doing at 11 p.m. in the night. That guy is only for you.
So yeah, that's basically what it is.
He's just removing from, he's just here for vibes. That's liability. Liability pretty much is something that sort of, it reduces in value. It takes from you. It doesn't increase.
And then assets are basically your skill sets, your properties, your savings, your investments, your business.
Those are assets. Liability is you do not have money, you go and buy PS5. You need to understand.
All those Black Friday sales, go and buy that cute ass dress that is trendy.
By the way, it is not going to increase in value. It's going to reduce. That's why it is called liability.
You can believe anything. If you're getting MS or gold, that does increase in value.
Gold, yes. But that's the thing. Gold is an asset.
Yeah.
Gold is an asset, so it obviously increases in value.
So not everything you buy is a liability. Some things are actually assets.
Yes. So you just need to know the difference. Why do people avoid learning about money? I feel like we've spoken about this.
Yeah, I feel like they're not scared.
They're scared to sound dumb. They're scared. Also, they even overestimate or underestimate what they know about money.
Exactly. And then we think you know a lot.
Yes, the
thing is just basic. It's just supply and demand. You have something, you get it. You do a work, you get your money.
Yeah. But
it's
much more than that. Investment, compounding, all of those things require actual knowledge. See, the good thing is there are now podcasts where you can learn about money, and it's made so easy, right? So you don't necessarily have to, maybe if you want to start to bring in some amount of money, you know what I'm saying, like multiple millions, you know that you need to speak to a financial analyst or a financial advisor.
You should definitely do that.
Honestly, I feel like I'm going to actually start to do things like that, because you are not just relying on even your elementary knowledge now. You're speaking to people that can actually help you. Tell you safe ways on how to compound your money and preserve it to long time. So that's definitely. But if you are not there yet, and you're still on the level of personal finances, that's fine too. You start to learn about, like, listen to money podcasts. I know some. Maybe next time we're talking about this, I would recommend. Yes, it's not really.
Okay, why do many people keep money in savings accounts instead of investing?
And number one, they are scared
of like losing
scams, all of these things. Like Nigerians we're not really sure.
Savings to still do colo.
That's literally how pigginess was born.
Yeah.
Just like some form of a hair now. Like, so,
and the girl is been putting money in piggy banks, like,
that's
that gives you what
that used to do.
There's no interest.
There's not, like, sometimes they're not going to even carry that money
away. That is so funny.
And they'll do all of that instead of just going like digital. What I reckon is the fear.
It's the fear. Also, lack of knowledge.
Lack of, like, mad. Like, it's like exposure. They just do not have the exposure for it.
But all we want this episode to do for you is to actually learn about money. Like, do not just see it as face value of this supply.
If there's one thing you can take into 2026, is the intention of learning about money and practicing what you're learning.
Yes.
That if there's one thing you can just know that I do not want my finances to be where I'm at this 2025. Like, you've done a good job throughout the year, preserving it and all that. But it's time for us to actually take it seriously. Girls, boys, like, in some 5 years, like, you're in a space where you're like, you know what? I have investment. I have to invest. I mean that's space of my life. But like, I know that even me, I can do better. And so I know that next year I'll probably start to think of maybe speaking to like a financial advisor or all of that. But like that, we genuinely need to actually be intentional about.
Because savings is for your safety.
Yes.
And then investment is for your growth.
Yes. When you're thinking money, 3 things: how to make more of it, how to preserve what you already have, and how to multiply. Like, multiply in the sense that, for instance, start to get maybe rental incomes. You're not because we can't always have these trends to work. You need to be making money for us even more.
And this is why I also love the fact that you always get your
One thing that made me interested in money was when Toby was sick one time like that.
Yeah,
I was so sick, but because he had put system in place, every day was still making money.
Exactly.
That's thing. You turn away. It's wow. There are actually people like this, yo. Yeah. And I just started to get interested in money.
Just think about money in the new year.
Yes. We
are very much still in December.
So I know, right? So I hope you guys are enjoying your dating December.
Yeah. I've not really started yet, so I'm still chill.
I have, I'm not gonna lie. I've been like,
I'm busy back to back.
But anyways, that's all for you guys.
Like and subscribe and share. Like, just share the video to your friend. Like, stop. Like, share it.
Also, this episode is sponsored by Pixable. I've spoken about them so many times. I hope you know now. Pixable is a picture framing tech company. Yes. See you next time, guys. Bye.
No nails today.